Beto is now saying that he thinks that we are going to give up our guns because he said, I know people that are gun lovers, and they just don't think it's right, all of these shootings in America. Well, yeah, that includes me. This is why this is so insulting. Why the left can never, ever make this case. Because they have such contempt, and they don't understand people that own guns. They can't separate the two. So if you are a gun lover and you have guns and you believe that it's your right to have these guns and you use these guns, either in hunting or in sports, they automatically think you're cool with all of the killings. That means that your gun means more than the children that have died. That's what they actually believe. And so when he comes out and he says, I know people who have guns and they're ready for change. They just don't like all of these killings. They don't think these mass killings and these mass shootings are right. Well, yes, that should be every American.
And it is every American.
It is every American. And if you're not in that category, well, then maybe you should be red flagged. You're like, I don't mind all these shootings.
Yes.
There's another person that should be red flagged, and that is somebody who says, I don't trust myself with this gun. I want to get rid of it. I want to give it to well, then you shouldn't have the gun. Because he said yesterday that, it's going to happen because Americans are responsible. And I know of one guy. Now, remember, population 350 million. I know one guy in Texas who gave up his AR because he said he was tired of all the killings and he didn't want to be a part of this death culture. Well, I have an AR and I'm not part of the death culture.
Right. If you're part of the death culture, we definitely want you to give up your gun.
Yeah, that's when you should.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm part of the death culture and I don't really mind all these killings. We should take your gun.
I just can't trust myself around this thing, I'll tell you. Because, I have guns. My guns are never going to kill anyone unless someone breaks into my house. Because that is not what because I know I'm not going to do something like that, right? The issue is this is the problem. When you take away millions of guns from people who will never use them this way, you have to understand, if you're on the left, that what you're doing is not taking them away from murderers. You're taking them away from people who will never do anything like the things you're trying to stop. And that's why they're offended. They're not offended because you're taking it away from some murderer somewhere. You're taking it away from everyone, and 99.9% of those people will never do anything bad with
what
these
they
guns.
don't have a conversation on is because they will not stick to facts, and most of them have absolutely no idea what they're talking about when it comes to guns.
Oh yeah,
no idea. Mm-hmm. So what we have to get to is the kind of conversations that we've had off the air over and over again on. Okay, well, is there anything that would actually work? That would mean something. Mm-hmm. No, not that I can't think of anything that would actually work. Because the bad guys and crazy guys, the people who want to kill you, will kill you. Mm-hmm. That's why knife crime is now through the roof in London. Well, they don't have guns, so they're killing each other with knives.
Yeah, Russia has a 90% lower gun ownership rate than we have here, but a murder rate twice as high as us. Does that make anyone feel good in Russia? Oh, you're only getting killed by some nuclear chemical, some rare polonium instead of a gun. That doesn't make you feel good.
Right.
Right? Pakistan's the same way, much lower gun ownership rate than we have in the United States, but the murder rate's much higher. Japan has a much higher suicide rate than the United States with almost no guns in the entire country. It's not about those things. And I think that there's a desire to try to pass something, but to your point, they're speaking. There's like this conversation going on around the actual facts, right? Like where we want to pass something. It's do something so we can say we did something to stop it, even though it won't stop it. And then the people who are pushing these policies have no idea what they're talking about. I was listening to a major network broadcast yesterday in which they talked about the potential of banning high capacity ammunition. What the hell is high-capacity ammunition? Someone put it out on Twitter. Is it bullets inside of bullets? What is high-capacity ammunition?
I think they're thinking of nuclear warheads, where,
Right,
where
they
it's just a bunch
split.
of warheads
Yeah.
kind of split out.
Like,
High capacity ammunition.
how do you have conversations? Again, you're the one saying these specific policies, and then you don't know what they are. How can we possibly have a conversation about it? I'm not a gun guy. I don't know every in and out of guns, but I'm not sitting here saying, let's ban this and this and this and this and this. We have the innocent until proven guilty applies here. We have a constitutional right. You can't just take things away from innocent
they're
people.
not going to. I mean, Beto said he would confiscate, but he's going to be working with Congress, and they're going to be responding to their constituents.
Oh.
And the constituents are going to just give up their guns. I'd like to hear from you. Are you just going to give up your guns? They come for your guns? Are you just going to give them up?